even better
when you come into the
eyelashes?
Yeah.
Sus, you step your game up for the camera.
Sometimes you gotta just.
Girl, you look good.
Thank you.
Girl, I see what you did.
Hey, you want me to share her contact information if you ever
Please.
want a little
Come please.
little pop? All right, take your ass home. I think I first realized that I could be pretty great at basketball was when I started playing AAU, because I was just a kid from Delaware, and it's like, okay, great, you're good in the state of Delaware. But once I started playing AAU and I went to the nationals and was able to see players all my age from across the country, I was like, I'm kind of good. Like, obviously there's a lot more work to do. I'm still 10 years old, but I'm stacking up pretty well against the country, not just the state of Delaware. Yes, was this my first thing I did with Slam? Yeah, it was like a really big feature. Wearing my Ursuline jersey. I'd like to say I haven't aged too much. But yeah, this was so cool. But also big. I started feeling the weight of things, I think, in this moment. And I wasn't great at expressing my feelings and also, basically expressing what I was feeling. I didn't have words to express the weight of the world I was feeling for the game of basketball, and I think I started only defining myself as a basketball player. So a lot was to come. She quits basketball for a little, but it all worked out. She's like a 7-foot Kobe Bryant. Oh, that's nice. Thank God she loves it, and she better love it because she put so much time into it. You could never work this hard at something you don't love. Ernie Delle Donne. I don't know about Kobe. I mean, come on, Dad. Yeah, my shooting process started when I was a kid with my dad, and it's stayed the same. It's still my dad, and I still check in with him. He still gives me some of the same drills that I did when I was 5 years old. It's pretty crazy. We always start with some one-hand shooting, and I'm a turned shooter, so I like to turn my body, and I like to kind of have my shoulder facing the basket. Like when people say square up to shoot, I'm like, no, that's not always right. That's not how I shoot, and it's certainly not how I shoot my free throws either. But what's kind of been different about my shooting is I'm not someone who gets 1,000 shots up a day. I never have been, and it's something my dad never wanted me to do either. It's more like, how can I be the most efficient shooter ever? And then when I'm not efficient, I'm able to kind of dial in what it is. It's like, oh, I don't have my legs under me, so I'm chucking it. Or my hand's a little off on the ball and it's got my elbow turned out. So because I've had this system for so long, and with my dad, it's helped keep me an efficient shooter. And he still will send me a picture from practice and be like, you weren't turned enough here. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't feel great in practice. I was kind of off. So then he'll quickly text me a drill, or generally he has me reach out first because he knows he doesn't want to be annoying. When we won conference finals and we're going into the finals, it's 3 games. We got to win 3 games, but you can't look too far ahead. You literally have to win each possession, each quarter. You got to break it down into really small games, and I think that's what we were so good at doing. And then knowing there's moments where we felt like we could have won it in Connecticut and we didn't, and there was heartbreak there because we so thought we had it. But to be able to bounce back and then win the finals here, that was again it kind of was a testament to the team and how mature we have been. It's kind of yeah, we almost did it, but we didn't. And what, are we just gonna lay down and that's it because we didn't come away with that win? We can't allow that to come into this next game and affect us. Let's figure out the things that worked and the things that didn't work and put it together and win in front of our home crowd. I'm just most proud of what that team was able to accomplish, especially after the heartbreak we faced in 2018, losing in the finals and getting swept. Like, not all teams are able to bounce back from something like that. I know it like leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but to actually come back and to do it is something I was super proud of. And we just had an incredible group of people that wanted it so badly for each other that when it did happen, like the celebration and the enjoyment of it was so much more special.
So with Elena, I noticed that she's a lot stronger than in 2019. I noticed that she's a lot more aggressive offensively. And I think it's just one thing right now when she's just trying to get her rhythm back, but she's been great so far. Off the court, I noticed that her approach is a lot different. She spends a lot of time, prepping for practice, indoor games, with different movements and, recovery, which is really good because it prepares her for the games and practices.
The biggest mental challenges have been the timeline being affected so many different times where I just wasn't feeling better or feeling right, and just moments of feeling like maybe I can't get back, and that was like really tough to get through and to feel, and I had several of those moments, but somehow like certain things would happen that kind of just kept me going. And there would be an article that Eric Tebow would send me and kind of just motivate me to still just be a leader and be there for the team even though I couldn't be physically. Or my wife would leave me a note in the shower that like really would just brighten up that moment for just a little bit to kind of keep pushing. And then finally I was able to work with the Wizards head trainer, and he's the reason I'm playing right now. Like, without him affecting all of my movements, working on my body daily, I wouldn't be playing basketball anymore. I spend way more hours in the gym, and I always felt like I spent a good amount of hours in the gym, but the amount of time I spend pre-practice with my trainer, just kind of doing a car wash for my body to see what we got to loosen up and make sure it's okay. And then my whole lifting routine has changed completely. My movements that I do are much different. I do like a lot of rolling on the ground, and just different things to kind of free me up and make sure I've got my base under me. So pretty much every routine, everything has changed. And it's all been guided by Mike Davis, the guy who helps me out. And from there, even on the court, like everything is very intentional. I don't work out to break my body down. I think that's like a horrible thing that Americans have like learned over the years that needs to change. Movement should make us feel good. Movement should open up different ways to explore our world and our bodies. Actually, I just had my first call with just a few people of the council. Actually, Jose and I were on the call because we're new and we are trying to figure out, what this will look like. And right now, they want us to kind of think about some of the things that are really important to us and what we have knowledge in and what we think we can help, improve in America. So for me, again, movement, I think we need to look at it in a different way, and it can help the aging process. It can help us feel good as we are aging. So that's something I think will be near and dear to me. And then meditation and finding ways and tools to help our children be able to handle their emotions. I don't think we give our kids, our youth, or really none of us have the tools that we need to regulate some of our emotions and to, even have words for our emotions. So I feel like through meditation and hopefully getting that into schools will be helpful. For me, it's been like a whole shift in that mentality of not breaking myself down anymore. There's been times where it's been awesome watching my teammates because I've been able to see so much growth in some of the players that have been here for a long time. Or like being able to watch Little A or Ariel Atkins, compete in the Olympics and get a gold medal. Like, as great as that was to watch and to see her growth, I'm also like, I should be there with her. Like, this stinks. So it's been fun to watch my teammates develop and to flourish and to grow, but it's much more fun this year being on court with them and growing together. It's been a long time coming. My greatest mentor has never spoken a word to me because she can't speak, but it's my older sister. Just the amount that she has had to persevere through in life is something that I've been able to look to and use her as my guiding light. You know, I play a game of basketball for a living. That's pretty cool. And I know, you know, games can be tough, practices can be hard, but the fight with life that she has had to get through and continue to wake up with a big smile and have a big giggle, a deep belly giggle, like for her to kind of be that way, it's always been a motivation for me to get up every day and attack each day. I'm not sure if I know the exact age that it registered, that she was like such my guiding light and my mentor, but I think it was when I was young, certainly, and I realized she was different. I think that was the first thing, like, oh, I guess she's a little bit different, especially by the way friends even reacted to her at times, and then I was like, people have no idea the strength that she has. I say demand excellence, and it's not just on the basketball court, but really in everything that I do, and especially in relationships. Relationships are everything, in my opinion, so demanding the best out of myself and hopefully getting the best out of others too. This came about when I was speaking with Kobe years back and kind of just trying to find like a guiding thing in my professional career, because just a lot is coming at you, and he kind of helped me to realize like what's gonna guide you, what's gonna be your thing that you continue to come back to, what are you gonna bring others, like what is it? And he was like, it can't be too long, like it's gotta just be something short and sweet that like you truly can believe in. So we went back and forth, and I came up with this, and I actually came up with this with my brother too. He was really helpful in it, but certainly Kobe was the one that steered me to find my mantra.
A younger version of yourself in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
What do you want to tell her?
I think I would tell her that first of all, it's okay to be feeling what you're feeling inside, but don't let that build up so much that it becomes like an explosion. Open up to others, like let people help you understand what you're feeling inside and why you've got anxiety or you're nervous about this or you're worried about the future. Like those are all very normal human feelings that are fine to feel, and others can help you through that. And then I'd also say like continue to trust your gut and your heart, because you're about to make a lot of decisions that some might question very much, but I promise it's going to steer you on the right path to where you need to be.